I'm ready for this. Okay. Welcome everybody. So this is synthetic derived to be specific. So how do you analyze derive? Let's start from beginning. Without a safe chart. So here we go. First of all, I'm going to tell you just the technical aspect of it. Then after, maybe move into the theoretical parts. So synthetic is all about movement, as you can see, movement of the chart and what you tend to gain from the chart. So under the 24 hours time frame, which we can see here, for those who can see, can you see it, please? Yeah. Can anybody see it? Can anybody see it? So anyone? So to analyze synthetic, you have to first of all understand the trend line. You have to understand trend line. You have to understand the trend of the market, most especially the trend. As for the 24 hours time frame, we notice that market is, or let's say, is on a bullish time frame. Is on an uptrend, where we noticed from this part, where if you analyze, market started from here, where started going up as an uptrend. So market couldn't hold the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Market came here, bounced on it like several days, like 4 days before breaking the trend. And it gave a bullish direction, which didn't last that much. It's not clever. I got. Can you see it now? Can anybody see it now? Okay. So this is the technical aspect of derive, which maybe next time we do the theoretical and then technical, and then do the live trading part of it. So I'm just trying to analyze this pair for you guys now as unsafe, because I normally, after analyzing my trades, I normally used to save them. As you can see in this aspect, where you go down, if I click here now, you see my loaded outputs out, and this was created because I've lost the previous account, which is the previous loadout I had before, because of my derive was cleared from my saved tabs. So this was created exactly on June 20th, exactly this time, 2:39. So from this June was when I saved my analysis. I had a lot to do, but my groups cleared some. So here we are, starting from the beginning as a novice. If we are to analyze this pair now, this volatility 25 index, and we have no knowledge about it, we first of all notice that market started a movement from this point, formed a higher high, formed a higher low, formed a higher high, formed a lower low, came to this place, served as, some might call this point where it came down as order block, because if we reduce the time frame, maybe according to the 15 minutes 1 hour, you see an order block or you see something people also classify as that, came to that place, created a down sell, then came up again because of because of let's and draw a trend line. Make sure you start from the tip of the candlestick. So I started from the tip of this candlestick because this was when we noticed the market is forming an uptrend. So we started drawing from here. Market tapped here, which is the one that made us to draw a straight line. Market tapped here, went up. So normally now, if our entry was exactly at this line, market wouldn't have triggered our entry. But as you can see, market gave a gap between it and went up and start forming the trend. So as you can see now, this line still becomes valid because of it hasn't been broken, and this line now gave us another entry point. This line now gave us another entry point because when market didn't tap here, when market didn't tap this point, here and here becomes another trend line to draw. If you're understanding more, if you want to know more about how to trade it, market gave us an opportunity to draw a trend line again from this point, which you can see that since this one didn't tap this first trend line, but this line now that gave us this second tap here, that gave us the assurance that market will form a trend, an uptrend, made it possible for us to draw another trend from this particular point, with this one forming it a legit second uptrend, which if you noticed, we drew our trend from this place, market use this one as second tap, then market came to this place, tapped it, took out liquidity from this point, took out liquidity from here. As you all can see, took out liquidity because all this trend line stuff is all about liquidity grab. So market tapped here. So sorry, we draw our trend line here. Market tapped at this place, went up, because this is all about, if you're doing more about swing trading. So if you're doing more about trend lines, you should know that it's just, you have to bear it in mind that for you to get that opportunity that you need, that's your for you to get that opportunity, which is liquidity, it has to be swing trading. So market starts here, making it the third confirmation, which is 1, 2, 3. Market starts here, took out this liquidity. Okay. So market tapped at this point, took out liquidity here, came down to the second trend line, which is this one we drew here. Sorry, came back to the previous trend line, which is this first one, forming it a three pattern entry now, which is 1, 2. which is making it 1, 2, and the third entry now. So if I was to check at this pen now, which is because I'm going to do maybe a 10 days technical tutorial before we now enter into theoretical aspect, but I'm not good at explaining stuff to people, and I don't know how I will do it, but I know that I will surely get it done. So let me start from somewhere. So that's how now. So as this is forming the third entry point, we are going to use this particular stuff now to know if we are to buy this market or to sell from this point. Let me reduce the time frame now. Let me come down to a lower time frame, such as, let me go to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, on the 4 hours time frame, we can notice that after market came to this point, which if you draw your trend line again, because I'm all about technical analysis, which is trend line. I'm more about drawing your trend line, because that shows you what and what you should observe in the market. Eh. So I'm more about the trend line, which we reduce the time frame to the 4 hours time frame. We draw a trend line from the tip of this first candle, maybe as our second confirmation that is a sell. Then when this kind of stuff happen, that you notice that market pass the trend line and maybe enter the trade and market pass the trend line, took you out, you have to wait for the second time, because once market moves above the trend line and market will surely, if it is going to obey the trend line and the sell or the buy, market will surely come down, tap the trend line and will start selling from that particular point. It taps the trend line, which makes it a valid trend line. So this is, if you check the 24 hours time frame that we showed earlier, notice that markets, this was the third time frame of the first candle or the first line. So to ensure that this will give us a clear buy, we have to reduce it to a 1 hour time frame. And that 1 hour time frame, because if you check on the 4 hour time frame now, this is giving us a very, very red, or let's say bearish signal. But I won't take this as a threat, so I will take it as a little confirmation to check the 1 hour or 30 minutes time frame. So let's move on as we go back to 1 hour time frame now. Yes, on the 1 hour time frame, this actually now is giving us a little bit assurance that markets, even though markets might come down here and take liquidity as per trying to take out those that entered from this point, or markets might come to this point, this particular zone, and bounce off. And we know that for sure, since this and this have given us that is either market comes to this point and sell, or market comes to this point, this particular point, and bounce off, bounce down, making this line now, like it will go up, come down before coming to this first line, to ensure that this first one is being obeyed. That is how lucky men, all these tactic guys used to do. So as we have drawn this second one now, we are to find a way to analyze again from this point. Know that if this rejection, if this rejection was caused by maybe a tap on a trend, or if it's just a minor rejection before market buys from this point. So let me first of all reduce it to the, or check if there's any possible trend that I'm missing out. So as I was saying, exactly what's happened, maybe this this rejection was caused by a downtrend from a trend line, a previous trend line, which if you check, or if you don't analyze it well, you might think that this might be another block where, or you might think this might be on another block or something that might have caused the rejection. Maybe as far forex people will say, will I say continuation of, or something like market will do this, then go up, tap before, or market will do this, go up, come down, tap and start selling. No, maybe this is caused by that this spike downwards was caused by this trend, this third trend line that I just drew now. This one, so this gave us the first and second, then this giving us that truly, if this market is to buy, if you are expecting market to break from this point, and if market break from this point, we are expecting market to reach here. And if market, for this for me now, if I'm to trade this pair, I will buy from this point, put my TP here. But for those that normally used to take their take their TP like 1:5, 1:6, or 1:4, they might buy from this point now, from this zone, and put their TP here. So for the sake of time, for the sake of I'm not prepared enough, I might just analyze only this pair before this girl comes back now, and I don't want problem. So this gives us another confirmation again that if you are to buy from this zone now, if you have to buy from this zone now, that means your SL now have to be big, very very big. That me, I don't normally like big SLs. Like your SL have to cover this point, then your TP, we have to go a long way like this, making it 1:4, which I said earlier. These are for those that used to do 1:4. Then for me now that I used to do 1:6, 1:10, this will be my entry. But for the sake of those that takes short entries and wouldn't like to spend long time on their trades, I will advise them to enter from this point, put their SL here, put their TP here, 1:4. I'll lock it for tomorrow when we come back again. So market will buy for, like, we have to put a limit order, a buy limit order, where once market tap this point, once market tap this point now, it will surely break this 15 minutes time frame, come to this place, do a little bit consolidation, or market will do a little bit consolidation because of this third trend line we drew. Do a little bit consolidation, then bounce before we notice a buy to this point, and that will give us a little bit confirmation now. Let me deposit with what I have. Let me deposit with what I have now. Let me deposit the let me deposit and enter this trade. But I hope you guys can see what is going on. This is for those that might not like to waste time in the market, that just want a quick in and quick out, where they enter from this point. Just put your limit order at this point, this straight line now. Put your limit order here. This place should be your TP for those that are looking for a small entry. Then for those that are looking for a bigger entry, that should be your own TP. Just give me a minute, let me deposit. How much should I deposit now? Bam, bam, bam. So I've sent 50,000 to enter this trade, this particular trade now. Let them confirm the money. Then we know what next to do now. Just okay, Resha. Synthetic receives money very easy and fast. All I have to do is go back to my stuff, and I will notice that I will know that they have created me. So I'll click here. I'll click transfer. As we wait for the money to enter, you see that this market in this 15 minutes time frame, which is remaining 6 minutes. Let's check 5 minutes to see what is happening. This is exactly what is happening in the market now. As I was telling you now, this is exactly what is happening in the market. Once this 15 minutes can this pressure is remaining 45 seconds, we are going to see some reaction from this point, from this particular point. Once if anything happens at this point, we are expecting market to hit here, then hit that one is to 4. It is reducing now. The stocks is reducing. What is happening now? So okay, someone is asking if I trade boom and crash. I do trade boom and crash, but most especially I only trade volatilities such as volatilities and jumps. That is what I trade mostly. I'm just waiting for this money to, because I've checked now and they have deleted me. So you are seeing it now. You are seeing what is happening. So once this your stock triggers, yeah, we should be expecting a bull from that side. I don't know. I've deposited. What is happening? What is happening? I'm big. Let me use another one again. I have sent I have sent another one now, making it 100 now. I don't know why. I don't know why this network was doing this. But you all can see what is happening. You all can see now. Market has triggered this place. Market has triggered every trade now. So if you have to enter now, you should enter now, but your SL should cover this. Your SL should cover that point. I don't know why I've not been credited yet. I don't know why I've not been credited yet. But if I don't know. I don't know. We should notice. We should know how. Like I want to see how what will happen as trigger now. I'll do like 2 times. 2 times now. 2 times. I think I have to just end the live for now. I don't know what they will say.